Good morning and welcome to this morning's Convos and Coffee. It's Pastor Rob and I am here to talk to you today about biblical principles of fasting. So excited because we are in the third week of 21 days of prayer and fasting, and God has been speaking to me like crazy. I hope he's been speaking to you, but today let's talk a little bit about why we fast. So number one, right off the bat, we have to know that the purpose of fasting is actually to draw nearer to God. Sometimes I think that when we fast, what we think is that we just need to give up food, like it's some kind of weight loss program or something like that. But if we are fasting every day and the only thing we ever do is give up food, we're actually missing the point. So Luke 2:36 and 37 talks about this prophetess named Anna. It says that she was also there in the temple. She was the daughter of Penuel from the tribe of Asher, and she was very old. Her husband died when they had been married only 7 years. Then she lived as a widow to the age of 84. She never left the temple, but stayed there day and night, worshiping God with fasting and prayer. You see, it was a part of her worship to God. So don't just give up food. We're missing the point if that's all we're doing. We are meant to draw close to him during this time. So that means go to him with hearts of repentance, with hearts of thanksgiving, with hearts of worship. We can grieve with God during times of fasting, but it is not just about giving up food. That is not biblical fasting. Biblical fasting draws us nearer to God. The second is that when we fast, it actually puts some biblical oomph behind our prayers. Now, that's a tough one because I don't want to give you the impression that when you pray and you're not fasting, it doesn't have any power at all. No, God hears our prayers all of the time. He hears us no matter what. But when we are fasting, what it actually does is it puts us in a position of prayer that we are actually encouraged to just rely on him and give everything that we've got to this prayer. Ezra 8:23 says, "So we fasted earnestly and prayed that our God would take care of us, and he heard our prayer." We fasted earnestly, and he heard our prayer. Fasting is meant to take away the distraction of something that we love. And I gotta tell you guys, I love breakfast. But you know what? When I give up breakfast, I replace that with devotion. I replace that with times of worship, prayer, asking God for all wisdom. I'm asking him to lead me and guide me into my future. And it just bolsters that time. It actually bolsters me in my heart. It doesn't bolster his ability. It doesn't bolster his love for us, but it bolsters me in my heart. It encourages me in my heart. And it takes the reliance level that I have on God, and it kind of just ups it. So the second thing is that it puts some oomph behind our prayer. And the third thing is that it helps us to gain the victory. So in Judges 20:26, all of the Israelites had just lost. They battled 2 days. They lost 40,000 men in the battle to the Benjamites. And what it says is that they went up to Bethel. They sat weeping before the Lord. They fasted that day until the evening. And then the next day, the Lord gave them the victory over the Benjamites. They actually asked the Lord, should we fight them again? And God sent them off to fight, and he gave them the victory. There are so many areas where we need victory in our lives. And this year is the year of freedom. So go after it. Believe that as you seek after God, as you draw near to him, that's the first principle. As you do that he is going to show up every single time. And then believe that you're strengthening your prayer. You're just by showing up each and every day, your prayer has that oomph behind it that you need so that you can be strengthened in your prayer life. And then 3, just believing that we are going to gain the victory. Whatever that victory might look like. It might look like financial. It might look like health. It might look like wisdom that we need from the Lord. Do we fight this fight again, Lord, like the Israelites? And he will show up. He will give us that victory. I'm just so believing for you guys this morning. And here, I want to encourage you with this. If you have not fasted before, you don't need to rewrite the book. You don't have to give up every single thing and drink water for the next 3 days. Just try giving something up. Try giving up breakfast and don't eat till lunch, and then just replace that time with prayer and with devotion, reading the Bible, and God is going to bless that. And it's not too late. Yes, we've been doing it for 16 days already, but join us now. Join us now so that you can draw closer to God, so that your prayer life can be lifted to another level, and so that you can gain the victory that God has for you. I hope you guys were blessed this morning, and I hope you have a fantastic day because God goes with you. You belong.